Good morning, afternoon, and evening, everyone. I'm your host, TheoristPlayz from the Helldivers Network, and welcome to this week's episode of Helldivers News Weekly Report, where we cover all your Helldivers news from the past week and change. Today's edition will recap the last 2 weeks of our news coverage. We have a lot to cover today, such as the major orders that started it all, the Great Automaton War, and the aftermath of the Great Automaton War. All this and more on your HDN Weekly. Starting with this week's episode, we'll be introducing our new event timeline system. Whatever date you see posted at the top of the screen is the timeline in which all events mentioned are occurring. If there is no date, then there is no particular order to the information given. Keep an eye on the dates to keep up with the timeline of events. If you remember from 2 weeks ago, we were given major orders to take planets in the Mirren and Draco sector. We succeeded in that major order and used the momentum to go and stop a plan from the robots called the Reclamation, an operation that seemed to aim at reclaiming Cyberstan, the cyborg homeworld, from Super-Earth. With the news of this reclamation, Super-Earth issued new and urgent major orders, stressing the importance of Operation Swift Dismantle, an operation to finally deal with the automaton irritant once and for all. Planet by planet, we were to start taking out the bots strategically and swiftly, or else we would risk putting them and the reclamation plan into full swing. This sparked the Great Automaton War, which began with the battle for Trigon, otherwise known as Operation Swift Disassembly Phase 1. The first of our orders was to take Troost, which required taking multiple planets leading to Troost, which included Usto-2 and Vandalon 4, both of which are planets we lost in defenses a fair while ago. Moving swiftly through the 2 planets, we moved to Troost and also swiftly disassembled all operations on the planet, rendering the Trigon sector free once more. The next set of orders from Command were to take Tibet, a planet that, thanks to the information at Troost, was exposed as a fabrication hotspot for the automatons. High Command delegated a short amount of time for the Helldivers to liberate the planet, but we still gave it our best shot. Things looked hopeful upon the liberation of Ubanea. However, during the efforts to liberate Ubanea, the automatons attacked Dropnir, which upon their successful terrorist attack, they closed off our supply lines to Ubanea, solidifying our defeat in reaching Tibet in the allocated time. As an amendment to the plans in Phase 2 of the Great Automaton War, Super-Earth decided that in order to make things more effective for the Helldiver force, we must first defend the automaton counterattack and ride off of their depleted forces from said counterattack. We were ordered to defend or liberate 3 different planets. We were first ordered to liberate Dropnir, which we managed to liberate swiftly after the earlier defensive loss. We were also ordered to finish what was started at Ubanea, which was also a swift and tactical takeover. From there, we were ordered to finally claim the land that many veterans and rookies alike have fought for and died for, Malevelon Creek. With the proper supply lines established and Helldiver support at an all-time high, we finally retook the creek for the first time since over a month ago when we lost it. The body of the famous General Valenti, was discovered in the operations, and a funeral was held back in Super-Earth for the fallen general. For their life and the countless lives of all Helldivers from Malevelon Creek, we shall have a moment of silence. With the successful liberation and defense of these 3 planets, we solidified our position against the automatons and finally moved on to the long-awaited Phase 4 of Operation Swift Disassembly. Phase 4 of Operation Swift Disassembly has one simple goal: total automaton eradication. Helldivers were tasked with spreading liberty and democracy to the remaining 3 planets the automatons still control: Maya, Durgan, and Tibet, which we failed to claim last time. Things would be different this time, as the Helldivers, wasting no time, got right to work in the first of the 4 days given to complete this task, and liberated Maya with great speed and efficiency. Next, the Helldivers went in for the revenge kill and took Tibbet with just another day's worth of time. Finally, we had the bots cornered, nowhere to leave or counterattack to, just us and them on one planet, and in a day and a half, we finally eradicated the Automaton threat once and for all. SEAF teams are going to check to be absolutely sure that all automatons are reduced to scraps, but from the looks of it for now, all is finally peaceful in the Western Front. As for the aftermath of the Great Automaton War, Super Earth during our operations gave us directives to not be concerned with the bugs, as we needed to let them repopulate for our reserves of E710 anyways. As a result, however, things began to get out of hand, and the Terminates went on a rampage. They tore through all our hard work, reducing our progress from the Mirren Draco War to nothing. Now, after having been on the verge of taking Oshan and starting the fight at Niveau 43, our progress has been reduced to 0% on Hellmeyer, Oshan, and Niveau 43, as well as lower percentages in the Draco sector, with Fori Prime having been lost completely. However, due to all focus now being on the bugs, Estanu and Crimesica have already been liberated, with new major orders to liberate Hellmeyer along with it. Progress against the bugs should be at its fastest without the automatons in the way, so the Helldivers are encouraged to fight the bug threat just as fervently as we did with the automatons, so that we may return the bugs to domestication faster. We also gained 2 new weapons from our affairs in the Western Front, the Quasar Cannon and the Heavy Machine Gun, of which the Quasar Cannon has proven especially useful to Helldivers even against the bugs. Capes were distributed amongst all Helldivers to never forget the lives lost at Malevelon Creek. May we never have to face a tragedy such as that planet again. Many rumors sprung up about new automaton weapons during the fight, all of which were confirmed to be true, with factory walkers and factory gunships being part of a last-ditch effort to prevent democracy from being spread to the automatons. Clearly, their efforts did not work. Thank you for tuning in for this week's Helldivers news. If you would like to tune in for the next week's broadcast or see the daily reports directly from the source, please make sure to subscribe to this channel for your daily dosage of liberty-fueled news. I'm your host, TheoristPlayz, and as always, keep on fighting and hell diving, divers.